Let's talk about life. Let's really break it down to a deep level, and we'll use the analogy or parable of fish. This will make sense shortly, so let's go back, way back to before the Big Bang. The mainstream science theory says that before the Big Bang there was nothing. Unintelligent, unorganized nothing. What if that wasn't true? What if that nothing was actually consciousness? A single, unified, undifferentiated consciousness. What if that consciousness wanted to experience itself? It couldn't experience itself unless it was other than itself. Since consciousness is all there is and there is nothing outside it, that's impossible. So what do? You create a physical reality within yourself. This allows you to experience something on top of the nothingness. That something is called the universe and shows some characteristics such as intelligence and organization of the underlying consciousness that created it. This cosmos allows consciousness to experience something. So consciousness has created a physical field to play in, but still needs a way to interact with this field. Over time, consciousness created an avatar to explore the field, but since it built it and knew every inch of it, it couldn't be surprised by its creation or really see what it can do without knowing the future. So in order to be surprised and to experience learning, growth, and the evolution of consciousness, it decided to forget it created everything. It never changed what it was, just what it remembered temporarily to experience itself as new. That consciousness is still in the background and still at the base of this reality. This is life, and this brings us to now. We have consciousness, the physical reality, and the beings that exist within it. These beings have not lost their connection to their higher consciousness, as that is what they are. They have just gotten swept up in the field and forgotten that they are not just physical. Over time, they begin to think that they are just the avatars and begin to identify with the labels put on them. As time progresses, more labels get added, and some beings can begin to believe they are the labels. You are not a label, but if you can't see clearly, you can think that's all you are. A lot of this reality is a bundle of labels interacting with each other and not the actual beings. Some people lose themselves in the labels and noise and start to believe they're small and insignificant. That's where self-reflection and questioning comes into play. When you remove what you are not, what is left? This work is internal and enlightening. As you begin to remove unneeded cargo, you become lighter. Eventually you get to the being without labels that is experiencing consciousness. You then realize you are not small or insignificant and are purposely made. You begin to question who you are and realize that you are a consciousness experiencing this reality as a being or avatar. If you continue to strengthen this connection, you can have the experience of knowing this is true and begin to live the physical life as a non-physical consciousness, which is what we were, are, and will always be. Realizing this is called self-realization, awakening, or enlightenment. You realize that the consciousness that you are is actually different facets of the same unity. That unity is you.